not in a position to
Yes.
dictate anything.
All right.
Right?
So,
Yeah.
So now I need to watch out what I'm saying, like in particular words.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Especially around this crowd.
It's John.
Ever since it kind of spinned how we can market that, what we did wrong, or what kind of mistakes we made, what things we didn't do, all that kind of stuff. We allured a little bit of that in that meeting. So all the stuff that we did on organic wasn't, really good. To sum this up, we communicated features, shiny objects all over again. Wanted to promote an all-in-one thing. That's the silver bullet, right? So that's how we position it. Even if we twisted the words a little bit and didn't communicate features and communicated benefits, it still draws back to the same kind of thing. So I support the proposal to just communicate the one thing that actually sticks, which is the CRM, just that up front. The way I thought about how can we actually communicate that and kind of combine a good experience with everything additional that we have, and what have we learned from that we have in the hub, and what have we learned over the past, and what resonates with people a lot these days. This reminded me of the Q4 appointment challenge in this case. So where I'm going with this is challenges, if constructed right, really resonate with people. So the pre-sell for getting somebody into the hub could be a challenge that we set up. 21 days, whatever challenge. Playing towards the accountability portion of our values, this might help too. And then I stumbled on something that I'd like to R&D. And there's a 2-minute, 22-second video that I want to show you how these guys do it. I think it's good, and there might be something in it. It's about an appointment. It's about a challenge.
Yeah.
Want to show that video? No sound?
Pretend like these are humans because they are. What does one funnel way mean? Like, what is the whole concept behind that? For everybody, it's different. For some of you guys, you're in a job you hate, you're trying to get out of that, right? For some of you guys, you are entrepreneurs, you got a business, and maybe it's stuck and it's not where you want it to be yet. And some of you guys, it's one funnel that helps you get the bigger impact. My goal of this challenge is to help you guys to design and architect and understand what that funnel is and how it's going to work for you specifically. Belief is the most important part involved in all of this. I need you to believe this will work for you. For some of these people think because it's a funnel, it's like this magic nerdy thing. It's like, no, it's people are people. This is just a process we're taking somebody through. The funnel is like having the best salesperson on earth take somebody through the process and finding exactly what they need. The difference between what happens there in the store and what happens here is I don't have to have a salesperson. The funnel does the selling for you.
I know that guy.
That's what you're trying to create for them. If you do that, it increases the happiness of your customers. And it'll increase how much money you make with every transaction, which makes it a better experience for you as well. That's what a funnel is. That's the big secret. The way this challenge is going to work, each day there's going to be new videos unlocked. Each one's going to be a mission. After that mission's finished, there's going to be some kind of task for you to do, and I need you to do it. I'm going to lay down the groundwork. Julie Stoyan will show you how to build your funnel, and then Stephen Larson is going to hold your feet to the fire and make sure you get each task done on time. Today's mission, we're going to start getting into your offer sequencing. We're going to be talking about offer hacking, the power of e-commerce, publishing, story, squeeze page, sales page, order form, OTO page, how to fill your funnel, build out your dream 100 and track the paid side of ads. It's like playing Monopoly, but at the end of the game, you get to keep the money. This is like the #1 rule of direct response marketing. A confused mind always says no. The average attention span of a human being today, guess how long it is? 7 seconds. It's because of that, your website is literally blocking people from giving you money. Hook story off, going grabbing someone and getting their attention. Increase the offer, make it better, people give you money, people give you an email address, people click on your ads. That's the magic.
The One Funnel Away Challenge was amazing. Thank you, Russell, for changing my life and changing my business.
For a lot of people who get into this, they don't understand the fundamentals, and because of that, it's complicated.
I literally feel like I can open up any business right now.
when you understand the base core principles of direct response marketing, then funnels become really, really simple and really easy. This process will work for you. It'll change your business, it'll change your life, but most importantly, it's going to change lives for your customers.
I'm in the 2 Comma Club.
Business is not about you just making money, but you'll find very, very quickly as you go through this process, the excitement and energy and motivation for money doesn't last long. After you start making money, what will light you up is your ability to serve these customers.
This is a dream come true, man. I visualized this over and over again.
As you see their lives transform, that's what's going to light you up. Like, that's the key. That's why we do all the stuff that we do. And it's going to be why you're building your company as well.
Wow.
If you spend the next 30 days, put in the time, put in the effort, put in the energy, I promise you guys it will be worth it. At the end of this, you'll have something really cool to show yourself, show your spouse, show your friends, show your family. It'll be like the launch pad for your entire new companies. I need you to unglue from these external things that you're doing and just focus. Like, I told you to focus hard for 30 days. At the end of it, you get an income that most people can never even dream about. It's a lot of work for a concentrated period of time, but it's worth it. There's one funnel away, and I'm excited to help you get there during this challenge.
So you get the idea, right? He's creating a challenge. So he has a product. We use it for mocking up our pages. That's what he ultimately wants to sell. But the way he does it, because he is in a similar situation like we are, it's a software product. It's hard to understand. Lots of buttons to click. We don't get it. That's why he creates this kind of challenge, which is more or less an onboarding, but it's challenging people.
Putting the onboarding before the transaction.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
This is your free trial.
this is my free trial.
Yeah. Got it. Yeah.
But also the marketing tool that I use to get people in.
Yeah.
And to get people. So he's charging $100 to participate in this challenge. And what I like is you get a video every day, a short task, then I'm asking you to do something.
Yeah.
Right? And he's running this for 30 days. I don't know if we want to spend it that long.
Yeah.
But playing that and might help us get new people in, get the right people in.
Yeah.
That's the marketing approach I'm
I did.
proposing.
Yeah. Did you go through it?
No, not yet.
Do you know anyone that has?
It starts on the 14th. It's brand new.
Oh, okay. Do you? Yeah. What I was just thinking is like, what is? Are you supposed to have? Are you supposed to have run traffic through it at the end and receive sales, or is it just getting it built, as you understand it?
This funnel?
Yeah. That one.
No, he's going to make you an offer to sign up for a subscription.
Right, but you're building everything and like a
The
trial
next
account?
lot,
Yeah.
he's giving you a free trial.
Yeah.
The next,
But you're
the
building
next,
it.
but
Yeah,
you're
it's
building.
awesome.
No,
Yeah.
the tasks are
Yeah.
you got to build your website.
Yeah.
You got to run traffic, whatever the topics are.
Yeah.
Right. So he's building something up,
Yeah.
keeping in mind that you have a product to sell.
Yeah.
And then once you put all the efforts in there,
Yeah.
the next logical step is, hey, don't take that away from me because I just built the whole
he's
shit.
challenging you to use their system enough that you
Yeah.
don't want to have it taken away
So
from
I
you.
think
And what I was just trying to get
I
to
think-
is the results. Like, what's the perceived or expected results at the end? And I'm trying to just think through what we could offer in results.
So I have that already. I get to that in a minute.
Yeah.
The result is really you did the work. You
Yeah.
put in 30 days of whatever hard work
Yeah.
means for this. I haven't been through. I don't
Yeah.
know. And by the end of that, you have everything ready to go, and now you need to advertise stuff.
Yeah.
Right. So, in our case, if I take the CRM in this case, you upload all your data in it. We tell you what to do with it. We even tell you how to send the first emails using the templates. We show you how to communicate utilizing all the other features in the hub, the video role play, the referral network. This is a task.
Yeah.
Set that up. By that time, you're so familiar with the system that the next logical step for us is to sign up for Hub Pro or even coaching. Coaching. The point is to sell that into coaching. But
Yeah.
to get the right people, so talking two different things, to get the right people into Hub Pro, right, which is our primary goal for now, is really to set up a challenge because everybody wants to be challenged. If we can package that challenge, like in this video, even close, I think a lot of people feel challenged to actually take us up on that. And it plays perfectly aligned with, everything we do. We challenge people. We hold people accountable. So I think that's a proposal I'd like to make.
It was a very interesting approach that they took because you know, obviously at the end of the 30 days that you've built out your funnel and you're ready to start advertising. But the way they cut the scenes and everything they were talking about was really you a year from then, when they're talking about sending out all these plaques
Right.
for the 2 Comma Club and all those other
Right,
pieces.
right.
So the majority of what they were promoting as far as this challenge wasn't even what you would actually get at the end of the 30 days. It was something much further.
So, and that's exactly, I think, where, remember I was leading in with selling features or benefits or stuff like that. I think if we get rid of all of that and have a shift in mindset and selling a better tomorrow, this might be the better approach.
Challenge them to log in, do this, this, and this. It's going to be super hard for 30 days. At the end of it, you're going to end up with this, but the whole time you're promoting a year from now, the appointments and listings that you've generated
Exactly.
are going to be able to do this for you.
Or even 6 months from now, whatever it is, right?
On your success, because you're now in elite coaching.
So we're coaching via daily marketing emails.
It's not coaching in this case. It's walking you through the things you need to do.
Video walkthrough on the next step.
It's a 2-minute video that simply says, hey, do this here. I'm going to show you how, do this here. What he said, I don't know, maybe I can zoom in. What he said so you have 24 hours, there's game rules, right? 24 hours to complete each mission. If you fail, you get a yellow card, and then I'm going to kick you out because you're not doing it, right? So that kind of pressure. He's talking about other dudes who kind of walk you through whatever it is. I think this is perfect to get Bill and Jason involved to specifically talk about these kind of things, to have different kind of instructors, right, at some point. Again, I don't think we need 30 days to make this happen. Maybe 21 or something like that would be more appropriate, depending on the content we have. I think from an execution perspective, we can get this done rather quickly. So we're not talking about 6 weeks or something like that.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think so. No, it's a simple task. It's a 1-minute video. That should be. I need to map it out to really allocate resources if that's something we want to move forward to. Don't want to promise anything here. This is just a proposal of. Right now, I can't think of a better way to market a product in a dramatic, different way, because we've tried a bunch of feature-based stuff that didn't work. So in order to piggyback on that or improve and, do things on, or tweak things on things that didn't work that well as of yet, I'd rather get over it, let it die, and start from scratch. And the start from scratch thing would be something like that challenge, because not even in this field, in the industry, in our economy, everywhere, challenges are the latest thing these days. So we're not reinventing the wheel from scratch. Challenges are out there. Everybody wants to participate. And I think that the people that we want are receptive to that. I can't speak. I don't have any data. That's just where we are. And it's not just marketing emails blasting out, right?
I'm unclear on the personas here, and I know we've got a lack of personas about who we're selling to, but for me, the simplicity in someone who doesn't have a CRM tells me a lot about them. It tells me this person needs help, and so they're a good part of our sales funnel. And I don't know I have to think long and hard about what kind of profile we're attacking here, and what's going to, where along these steps is going to work for them. Am I making any sense?
You do. But the CRM, we know the CRM is a crucial part of it, right? And we're featuring the CRM. And the CRM might be the hook for them to actually stick with it. That's all clear.
Log into the CRM.
But we're
And upload
Look at all your contacts.
we're talking steps before to get people into at least give this a try.
Yeah. I really like it. I like it for a bunch of things, including coaching. To me, though, my first reaction to that was actually we were looking for a non-development heavy option solution. And what when I was watching this, I thought, okay, like a wizard, like this is where you are with your challenge. It's related to when you logged in. These are the videos that are hosted in there inside of the software, and that's how that turned into like a development heavy option.
I don't know if they'll actually have that.
Okay.
There's a good chance it's very like email heavy, sending
Yeah.
an email each day.
It is.
Have you done this? Have
It
you
is.
responded to this?
Okay. Got
Chances
it.
we're not-
are it's probably not super integrated
Yeah.
into the.
We're not
process,
building.
but-
No, we're not building a platform.
Okay.
Technically, let's just say 14 days, 14 videos,
Yeah.
hypothetically, right? We're going to build 14 landing pages that are hidden, and each day we're going to release another one or another video within that. Even Wistia can do that. We
Yeah.
don't even need to build a page,
Right.
and unlock them day by day. So that's super easy.
Got it. Okay.
The
All right.
most,
It's probably
the
making it
heaviest part is really actually creating these tasks because they don't exist yet.
Okay. So is this a challenge for the Hub Pro or?
Yes.
Okay. So not focusing on the CRM.
Let me grab my laptop. Sorry, I'm like.
I think he means.
No, the CRM is
Focus on CRM.
the CRM is
The main
one
feature
point.
in the Hub Pro.
That's my hook, right?
Yeah.
So that's my hook. So we're still sticking to 8. That's my main hook. If you don't have a CRM, targeting to your point is people who don't have a CRM yet.
Yeah.
But also broadening it up and talking about the challenge that changes your life is what we're looking for.
Got it.
I think that Tom's here.
That would start-
I like that it's
Let's
dramatically
start
different.
What do you like about it?
It's okay. I think Tom
I like
actually
what
has.
David said about what he noticed about how that
lot to
video
say.
didn't even talk about what they get at the end of the 30 days.
I think I
It's
gotta
envisioning them
run
running
through
this,
it.
like, thing, or we could do the same thing with you're in coaching, you're on stage, being interviewed, and now you're in elite coaching and you're crushing it. Like,
It's a perfect segue to
Something
coaching.
like that. That's
we
the
made
story.
in the slides.
I can find it.
So Tom,
I
what's
like
in your
that
mind?
it's- Has he
Sorry?
seen this?
What's in your mind?
Well, what's this video? I know who Russell Brunson is.
Yeah.
Isn't he is that the poker
Funnel,
player?
Funnel, no, funnel.
Okay,
Cliff
there's
funnel dude.
two guys. Okay, got it.
Hub Pro repackage.
Max Brunson.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That last name, but he runs.
link.
Yeah, he's
Tony
a tech
Robbins, I
guy.
think,
Yes.
interviewed him. Yeah, that was
He's a
it.
speaker.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
the approach. I really do.
I do too.
I think that the work is not the marketing itself. The work is actually in the operation side of it. Unfortunately, it's actually I like especially the accountability portion of it. I'm not sure we actually can
Like the
do a yellow
24-hour.
card. Yeah.
Boom, you're disqualified.
Yeah, I think we need to really design what's the benefit of the CRM, right? So to design the tasks to make this complete. Like the first challenge can be, just load your content, and or the challenge can be,
Sure.
hey, we have the email. Use this particular template. Send a
Sure.
email to
Exactly.
your database.
Exactly.
And the
It's
objective
really
is
simple
to
stuff for you to maybe
just
this from this
follow
email
that.
you can get something out of it
That-
and you realize the benefit. I really like the approach. I think that and the challenge, however, in our side is that how do we hold them somewhat accountable, right? We can. So if people are not participating, like if they're saying they're participating, they're not really participating. How do we nudge them to participate?
So tracking wise, you're an
Can I
expert
just
in
stop
that.
right
You
now?
need some
Are we talking
context?
about? are we
Yeah,
talking
he
about-
needs context. He needs to see
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
We're talking about contextually inside of the hub.
We're highlighting
Yeah.
Or you're talking about
contextually
just the
because
hub?
it's the
Can
most
I go?
stickiest part of the
Yeah,
hub.
Okay, but
let's
just
jump.
but really fast. Let's not sit here inside a creative meeting, use any of our time trying to figure out how to create adoption and stickiness and all that stuff. If Contactions to be the thing, because Contactions already figured all that out.
Have they?
Yeah, they do their 14.
It's
thing.
all they
14
do.
day
So
thing.
I
How do
mean,
they push?
let's not like if we're gonna reinvent, let's look at what they do, get a baseline, start with what they do, and then
All right,
try
let
and
me-
improve
yeah, let me give-
rather than try and
Sure.
reinvent how Contactually does their business.
Sure. Okay. That helps the conversation. Why is this say loading? Where this is repackaging Hub Pro or
Yeah.
the consideration around that.
Yeah.
The goal was to have 250 signups a month at $119 with 10% churn. That'll net us at $1.7 million. It looks really exciting. The reality is
Looks good on paper.
The reality is that based on the last 3 months of 2018, we're on track for $173,000 in revenue,
Yeah.
which is short. The people aren't sticking, so we're 1.5 million short. So the idea is to put the CRM front and center, because selling, a bunch of things is making it confusing. Only doing the top line advanced Hub Pro. And what we did, the reason we were coming to concentrating on TFCRM is that, to your point, the people who do pay for Hub Pro and connect to TFCRM stay. The other ones are not.
Yep.
So the idea was to should we consider just selling TFCRM and you get other stuff for free, right? A Stack the Cool. We know we have a lot of room in the pricing.
No, I'm not bringing in alcohol into the meeting. I'm just checking something out. But keep going. I'm listening.
Okay. We know.
Technically, I am bringing alcohol.
You are.
It's a good way to start.
Yes.
Right, and then what does it look like?
So
And this
is there any legal or contractual?
Of undercutting their market price? No. Did I get that right?
Well, yeah. I wanted to know anything like what are the sort of rules of engagement? Like, could we start selling contactually inside the Tom Ferry version of contactually?
TFCRM
Yeah, whatever. Yeah,
for $29 a month?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
we could. We're not going to go that low.
I'm
but
not
yeah.
saying we want
Yeah,
to, but
yeah.
I want to know, because I didn't review the contract, that we can pretty much do whatever we want.
There are no limitations in the contract that stop us from selling at any price in any way.
Okay, that's encouraging. What about giving it away for free for?
No limit.
We have to pay for people who have access to contactually.
Yeah.
We have to pay for the license.
Yeah, and that starts the second that they register.
Yeah.
We can cut access at any time, so the biggest risk would be 1 month spent,
Yeah.
which for us is $7 and $15.
Yeah. That'd be a worthwhile test if we can appropriately track cohorts, time of year and when and what their churn was and yada yada. Assuming we can do all of that. I'm not saying we have to do that, I'm just trying to get context.
Sure,
So.
sure. So the context was, for this meeting, we were going to tack on Patrick's ideas about packaging Hub Pro
Okay.
to the start of the roadmap meeting. So that's why we waited.
So my priority is not Hub Pro.
We
My
know.
priority is the hub for our, 7,000 people ecosystem.
Yeah. Are we going to drink? That's awesome.
I'm going to. Yes.
well,
I'm more than welcome to have some.
I want to
Yes,
sip. I
I'll
want
offer it to all.
Yeah, sure. It's
I
fun.
had some last night. It was rather good. Yes.
So
Made my hair.
So can we talk about that?
Sure. We kind of wanted your feedback. That's why we waited to start with you about repackaging Hub Pro.
Okay, well then.
But you have a time limit?
No, I'm okay.
I'm really curious to see
I'm
what he
good.
thinks about.
So
that
tell me everything, and then
Okay.
let's go. I didn't know what we were doing. So
Patrick.
Patrick, can you summarize in
2
short
words.
form?
Yes.
are we talking about?
Hub
Are
Pro
we
is
having a problem selling it?
Selling.
Yes.
Getting them onboarded?
Selling.
Or
Selling.
keeping them? Or all the above?
Acquisition.
Selling.
Okay.
Selling and keeping.
All right.
Well, actually, we have a problem with all of the above.
Yeah.
But the main
First
point
priority,
try and
is
solve the first one.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
We also don't even have enough
Exactly.
acquisition to solve the other side.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So to summarize, what we've done and what we've learned, didn't do a good job in communicating features, benefits, anything like that to get people in. So we
Okay.
learned that. Instead of patching that and trying to fix this problem, there's a different approach that's pretty much trending in the market, goes aligned with what we believe in, what we stand for, which is holding people accountable and challenging them to rise above and beyond.
Okay.
The approach of selling the hub is not, we're not selling a CRM or video role plays, yada, yada, yada. We're selling a change of life by utilizing a technology that comes with our ecosystem.
Mm-hmm.
Enabling people and getting the hook that we're going to send out is we're going to use something that is a challenge, right? So I challenge you to do something over
Keep talking. I'm listening.
over, let's say, 14 days. I'm going to send you a quick video, tell you what to do. There's an assignment, doesn't take long, which takes place in the hub. You got to do something. Send an email, use a template in the hub, whatever we want to call that. And after the trial period, the next logical thing that should be in your head by this point is, holy cow, this system is so great. Next step is I'm going to enroll either on a monthly subscription or in the best case, utilizing coaching in general.
Okay.
That's the idea.
Okay.
Selling a change of life. And
So,
not-
so sell that to me as if you know what my problem is and how this solves it. Anybody, Joe?
I have a 2-minute video.
No. I need like I'm not that smart.
You are.
What's my problem? How do you solve it?
You want to get more listings. You want to get. You're struggling making a living. That kind of demographics. You're good and you want to get better. The way we sell coaching in general applies to this as well.
I totally disagree.
Okay.
Totally disagree. But and
That's fine.
Yeah.
No, fair enough.
Sell it to me. Like, why should I sign up? If we're talking about selling
Why should I sign up
contactually-
for Hub Pro? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah. If contactually is the main feature set that we're trying to
And
promote.
is this context of I'm downselling because you can't afford coaching,
No,
or just straight up?
Just
sell
what's
Hub Pro?
what's my problem? What is the problem that this Hub Pro thing solves?
Well, if we're attacking the CRM, which we pulled from my group, like that was the main sexiness for people,
Yeah.
is organization. First off, like literally everybody's disorganized, running their business off sticky notes, and this would provide them a follow-up solution, organizational solution, and obviously a contact management database solution where all their contacts are in one spot. Also,
And what's the problem? What's the real problem of I'm not organized?
We don't know. Overwhelmed.
overwhelmed with land.
Try and just only think of like how a real estate agent who sells 3 to 7 to 10 homes a year. Like, what do they say? They don't say overwhelmed.
No.
A lot of them don't know what
They
they're
don't have a
doing.
system. They're distracted by life.
Like they
They're
don't
not
even
sure
know
where
what
to
they're doing.
start.
Not
Shiny
sure.
They're
objects
not sure
and-
where to start,
Not
and
sure
they're
where
not
to-
sure exactly the benefit of the.
So I asked Leo at Remind the other day, who's here, the founder of Remind. So they've 9,000 people in a SaaS product. Did it all in 1 year. They had under 40,000 people face to face last year, and like 2,200 office meetings.
Wow.
And I said, what was like the number one question you guys got? And literally they said, like his wife, who was out doing vast majority of these meetings with her team, what's a CRM?
Yeah. For example, my mom
like,
has been in
literally,
real estate
like,
for 14
they
years.
don't even know.
She didn't know what a CRM was.
Yeah.
So that was
Right.
like,
So that's why I think that
Crazy.
that approach
Yeah.
actually would work, because we are literally exhibiting the benefits CRM with a challenge, and everybody likes to take a challenge and participate and start to realize the benefit of CRM.
Are you turning your contacts into enough business? I actually like the fact that they say
following up on leads.
no. I wouldn't even go there. I'm just trying to think of like. The
I mean,
hook.
that's a huge thing when we do our real estate, our real estate
Yeah.
quote unquote test. Is a lot of people are letting a lot of leads slip through the cracks, and you quantify that by looking at how much your average commission check is, and they're losing like $20,000-$30,000 a month by not having a disciplined follow-up structured thing going on in their life.
Yeah. Are you converting or are you following up on all of your leads? No.
I'm willing to what? The first one, unorganized? I'm willing to.
Well, I was listening, but I actually don't. I think it's more like, like why do I need a CRM? Right? Well, are you converting? Are you turning all your contacts into
Do
a
you have
business?
past clients? Are you
No.
contacting your past clients?
I'm actually trying to get more no's out of them than yeses right now.
Well, I would say those are no's right there. When we talk to people, they're not doing it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where does your business come from?
that's
By
like-
referral.
So you want to avoid all
Okay,
the
how often do you
lingo,
actually work
right?
with your database?
Yeah.
The techno
Yeah.
jargon.
Yeah, just
So
like
you want to
you know,
avoid that.
We're on the same. I'm just
Yeah.
asking a different style of question. Same result.
Tom has memorized Chris Voss's book.
Oh, I'm just going through it for the third time, so it's totally
Internalized
in my
it.
head right now.
Never spoke.
Yeah.
It's good to go.
So I think here's the first problem I have. You guys are trying to sell something, and you haven't identified what this thing solves. So how are you going to sell anything without knowing what the problem is, and then offering a clear path to a solution? So homework assignment would be like, there's but how many people we signed up for coaching in the last 6 months that didn't have a CRM, right? Some, even just everyone that signed up for coaching that chose the option of the CRM, right? And ideally, even if they converted, it's fine. Just ask them, like, what was your life like before you had a CRM in real estate? Like, just give us some, like, creating kind of a word cloud, so we're getting it in their words. That's kind of the direction my head goes. Like, let's use it in their words, not what we think. Like, our FCC, get more listings, make more sales. Like, it's all very aspirational, which coaching is an aspirational sale. This is like, you're living in a house and do you need cable? Well, yeah. So which provider do you want? Like, that's how a CRM is like a utility that every business person should have, right? So now we're trying to maybe in some cases trying to convince them to sell by ours, right? Contactually versus maybe the one they have.
Right. And there's a lot of people that have a CRM that half-ass work it, and because your name is associated with this one, they're like, okay, tell me more about this.
Yeah. Well, exactly. So that's great, but I think it's so. I'm not going to try and solve it right now because I want to get to other things, but I think the first obvious problem, and the stuff that I saw that's been going on from a marketing standpoint, is confusing, right? So we're not clear on, you have this problem, we solve this, click this button.
I'm also
Right.
very focused on what we did to make the CRM better, instead of just focusing on
The category.
what was great about the CRM to begin with.
Or why you need one.
Well,
Why
we're trying to communicate everything at once, which basically says nothing.
Actually has always sold themselves as the non-CRM CRM.
Yeah.
It's the one where you don't
It
have
is.
to go in and enter all your information.
No.
You just connect and let it run for you.
Yeah, but to your point, we're thinking about, or we might want to think about people who don't even know what a CRM is. Right? Spinning that approach with.
Because if they do, they probably already have one.
Yes, but see, even these questions
to my point,
both
if they do,
speak
they're not
volumes to
really
people
using
that don't have
Right,
a CRM.
right.
So there's a lot of chatter around the percentage of agents in the country that don't have a CRM, and some say it's as high as 60%.
Right.
Right? But the ones that have one, my hallucination is they've all had like 5. Right? So they're just flavor of the month
Right.
switching because why is agents doing something cool and right?
Yeah, they're
so,
doing a 2-week free
So
trial,
we
right?
want to capture some of those, obviously, and we in our coaching it's great. And I don't even know if we want to really go after all of the 60%. But I'm trying to think of questions that are vanilla enough that it relate to I'm an avid CRM user and I've never even had one. Are you turning your contacts into enough business is general enough it speaks volumes to both, even a CRM user, right? Are you following up on all of your leads? No. Are you converting, the vast percentage of your
Features and details
a
on
higher enough percentage? No. That's why we built the Tom Ferry CRM, because it does ding, ding, ding.
Agents aren't software buyers. They don't buy
No.
off of the capability
No.
of the software. They don't
They
even
buy
know
for-
how to
They
determine
buy
the
for
capability.
one more transaction.
Well,
They do.
they buy for one more transaction, but not because they think that software is going to give it, but because somebody else that has one more transaction is using that, which is why
Exactly.
they're constantly chasing something new.
So how many testimonial videos do we have right now of our clients that never had a CRM and now they have one, the Tom Ferry CRM? And how many, like our coaching clients? Like, that, David's spot on. I mean, it's not new to say testimonial marketing, but that's it. You're right.
When you look at our Facebook groups and people say, what CRM are you using? What are you doing with this? What are you doing with that? They're not going out and researching it then. They're looking the person up on Google and they say, that person looks really successful. I'm going to start using what they're using.
Can we get Tim Smith starting to use it? What is Tim Smith?
He used Follow Up Boss, but he doesn't even know because he actually uses a yellow notepad.
This is not a very researched group.
No, a sliver of them are.
A sliver of them are, but those are the
3
ones
to
that
5% of them
are
are.
targeting.
Yeah, no, I agree.
They've already gone out and found a CRM, and they're happy with it, and
Yeah.
they're not chasing the newest
Yeah.
thing. Most of them are just, they have no idea what to do, so they're going to chase whatever they see the successful people using.
Okay.
If
That was-
they,
that was
but
that marketing
to that-
video you
if
showed.
they don't have a CRM, it's because they don't understand what it is and how valuable it is.
My point is, if we want to sell a CRM in this case, that's a different approach than the whole challenge thing. because then we're selling a feature or business enabling thing. We're selling a thing again, not the change of life, not the better tomorrow. That's all true, and I 100% I'm on your side with that. But if it results in here's the thing, buy the thing. This is why we developed this thing, and we are not. If you're doing this with me, and my brain does not come to a situation where I say I need something like that. Can I buy this from you? Then I'm still just purchasing a thing.
I mean, the video they just showed us,
Yeah.
the only thing they said in the whole video was they kept showing people that got 2 comma plaques.
That's
They
the
were just-
reward you give.
Yeah,
You
but
get,
they
right?
didn't even talk much about what you were
Not
actually
at all.
doing. They had one sentence
Exactly.
about building your funnel. They
Exactly.
were just flashing people's wealth.
But this goes hand in hand with this approach to change lives, right? This is just one line.
It's one part of it, yeah.
Yeah.
I would take the best of whatever the CRM is and take that one line as
Exactly.
part of the others.
But it's enabling you to follow up and to get more business and to do
I guess I
blah blah blah. Are we celebrating something? Or?
Yes, we're celebrating the fact that we forgot who we're selling is real estate agents, and we have to speak to their problems and
Please do not
validate it
call
with
me.
others that have already used it. And you can say no. Of course. It's not a,
I take a zip. That's
Not the
Not
first
good. I'm really good. Thank you.
Barbara
Thank you.
I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan.
Here,
of
here,
the
here, here.
post.
I have napkins.
I like the
You too.
Here.
whole challenge.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, I like the challenge proposal because it's radically different from what we're doing.
I don't have a benchmark.
That was
It's
the
very
packaging portion.
What?
I said that was the
Friday,
packaging
also
portion of the
solving-
conversation. Are we moving
Cracking
on?
the riddle, cracking,
Yes.
solving the CRM.
what'd
Also,
you say?
little known fact: John Wesley's
So I
already
own
drunk.
5% of this.
Is
guy,
what?
so-
He's already drunk.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So do you want me to drink more of it?
No,
Bye,
you
bye,
can tell
bye.
me it's horrible. I don't, but I would love any.
I had a big cubed ice last night. And
That's
poured over
definitely
and really
how to do it.
good.
Okay, so I think we have probably 3 problems. One that I think you guys have solved now is you're not focused on one thing, right? So now we are, right? One
Keeps me
thing.
up at night.
2, you're not thinking about the problem and the solution, right? Which is, they go together, right? Because now you're going from trying to sell many to just sell one thing. And number 3, I think you guys got a problem, and this is all kinds of other things. Testimonials, reviews, validation, yada, yada, yada. Number 3 is that I believe that the UI and UX, when they get there, confuses the fuck out of me.
Into Hub Pro.
Into Hub Pro.
On their way to Contactually.
On their way.
Yes.
So they're like, what is all this stuff?
Yes.
So David, I'd be willing to bet that if we changed what the screen, UI, UX, what do you call that?
The navigation?
The navigation, that instead of everything they see on Hub Pro, that all the things that we want them to one day explore are grayed out, role plays, referrals, and they have to.
Until they unlock and upload all their contacts first?
Thank you. Gamify, there's lots of ways you can gamify unlocking of feature sets.
We force
And
the
I'm not
half-
going
we
to say
force
that I'm an
the half
expert,
of the
but
step before.
Yeah.
instead, this is like a very basic, numbers tracker version of their goals that is connected to this,
Yeah.
the Tom Ferry CRM that's inside the hub. Oh my God. So now I have this. I can go deep on data if I choose, or I can just use this, but I have to have a goal, and then here's my CRM.
Okay, are you still talking? Are we transitioning to coaches?
No,
Coaching
I'm,
clients?
this to me is what the Hub Pro should look like.
Right, okay. Do you,
Not we built this for the coaching clients.
Yeah.
And we made that thing available without anyone there to navigate and walk them through the process, which is probably why we're spiraling at times.
can I ask a question?
Yeah.
So this is Hub Pro with someone using TFCRM,
Yes.
right? Okay, then this is completely useless if they're buying Hub Pro and have Follow Up Boss or Boomtown
Correct.
or anything like that. Okay.
Correct.
Which
I don't
is
know why they would buy it, truthfully, unless they just wanted to be a part of the community.
right, but and this is what we got to with the
They love business
repackaging.
planning and activity track.
I agree. The ACT.
ATR.
Or no, the ATC, the advanced,
ATR.
whatever, whatever, the advanced.
That's why we're not calling it that.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
I told the coaches we're just going. It's the advanced trekking thing.
Yes.
ATT.
I think we're all 100% in agreement with everything you just said. And we just moved from acquisition back to retention.
Yeah, because number 3 is
And we
dependent
wanna
on
solve
having users in
acquisition
there.
first.
I'm with you, but
Yeah.
see, the first two, you guys aren't. There's a new awareness in the room clearly that we need to focus on one thing. Check.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
We think it's CRM.
Yep.
Let's test a whole series of campaigns over the next 120 days.
Yep.
Let's learn a ton, right? But the most important thing is, what is the problem we're solving? If CRM is the hook, right? What is the problem we're solving?
I'm not sure if I got that wrong, but maybe the one thing is not the CRM,
Okay.
right? We know the one thing why people stick is the CRM. That's why we picked this as the one thing to actually attack that kind of audience, right?
Right. My thought process in suggesting this, and it's, like I said earlier, it's not that it's a category that is clearly defined, though maybe it's not.
There's a
clearly
massive.
defined.
No, there's a
a need.
There's probably
right.
a
And what else is it?
$500 million market cap.
Okay, and so
for that
referrals, we're not confident in selling until we improve them, and then the role plays, same thing. So it's like, what could we put front and center for now?
CRM.
Right.
Yeah.
But the bigger picture,
Yeah.
going back to this, the bigger picture is, excuse my drawing, I'm not really good at that, but this is today.
I'm sad.
I'm sad, sorry, don't know what to do. I can even make like confused, whatever you want to
Yeah,
put there.
that's good.
Not good
Hmm.
to good, better tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's what we sell, the better tomorrow. Following this kind of approach, it's actually, okay, what does it need in order to get, what do I need to do in order to get to a better tomorrow? Well, I need more clients, right? Let's just put it in, or make more transactions.
This should be the coaching sales pitch.
Transaction, right, but it's the same kind of principle.
Yeah.
So I need more transactions. What do I need to get more transactions? I need to make more calls.
Yeah.
What I need to make more appointments, so on. So just reverse engineering what we do in coaching
Yeah.
the same way. At some point, we reach a stage where we say, okay, we need a database. This is where the hub comes in. I need to get more confidence. This is where the hub comes in. I need to send emails that actually work. This is where the templates come in that are in the TFCRM. All of that stuff can happen in the hub. And this is where, am I red in the face?
Yeah.
From one sip?
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, it happens. It's
What's the
alcohol.
percentage
I'm
of
getting
business-
flakes, but I feel good.
Niacin.
don't take medicine. I'll make you like it to
But this portion, at some point, right, this is where the hub comes into play. All of that other stuff is coaching. Does that make sense what I'm saying? This is where the challenge comes in.
Right.
So I'm not selling a CRM. I'm not again, I'm just, what I'm selling, offering,
Yeah.
my hooks that I put out is a better tomorrow for you as the real estate agent who makes 5 to 7 transactions.
Tom, what's the stats on percentage of business
I
comes
think we
by
did both.
referral
I think we
for an
tried
agent?
both.
It's like 18.
So just the
15% or
TFCRM.
something like I remember you saying.
With that.
Say
and
that
then
again?
sell.
I'm an agent.
Try
What's,
selling.
It's
on
in here.
average,
Yeah.
what's
It's
the
in here,
percentage
yeah.
that comes by referral?
And it might be the biggest lever we have because at that point they are hooked.
There's no data on that, Joe, because our clients or the industry.
Is there data on either or?
No.
No. Okay. I thought you've done a talk where you talk about.
We've done it on our clients. We know.
Okay.
what
What is our
percentage.
clients? What is our clients?
What was the question?
Percentage
It's-
of business that comes by
I don't know the
referral.
exact number, but let's just call it a third.
A third of your business should come by referral.
No, you asked me what percentage
I
from
know.
our clients. It's like a third for our clients,
Okay.
right? And then it sparses into and it goes like this. For some, it's 60%, and then they do, let's just call it marketing activities.
Yeah.
For others, it's a third from Zillow or some kind of online lead source, and then a third from farm, open house, other flyer, mailer, whatever
Right.
come as we call it.
I'm just trying to think if there's a percentage, a hard percentage that we can say that referrals come by way of whatever through our clients. This is what our clients are doing, and here's one way to start doing that is establish constant communication through CRM using our powerful templates that we use. Is that an angle at all? Do you see that as an angle? Like, I don't know. No? Yes?
For the people who are trying to win over from other CRMs, maybe.
No, I would say, why? Why would they have to be using a current CRM to?
They're more likely because that's a point of differentiation from one CRM to another. So they passed the first check. Do they get the value of a CRM? If I heard you correctly.
I'm trying to go the angle of like what would be the lowest lying fruit, like, or how can we make people be efficient and make money faster by using a CRM? That's where I'm trying to go at. So if you say that a certain percentage of your business comes by referral already,
yeah.
and I ask you, well, how often are you communicating with your past clients,
yeah.
sphere of influence? Well, gosh, really, not really. I just kind of unreacted by waiting for them to come to me. Well, what if we gave you a strategy through the CRM to contact them every month, quarter, whatever we say? We have this badass strategy for them to just set it, forget it, and it happens.
Okay, Joe, are you talking about giving that so we sell more?
I'm using it as a hook to help people that want to make money now, that can't afford coaching, that can afford a Hub Pro, $100, $149.
Has anybody called Contactually and said, how do you guys sell it?
Yeah, I have literally 25 recorded calls from them that I've listened to. Me and Jesse have listened to all of them, so we have how they sell it.
No, I mean the marketing.
Oh, I don't know that.
No, we have.
I have it over the phone.
Patrick, why don't you reach out to them and say, hey, let's do a marketing exchange. This is what gets us free coaching calls. What gets you guys Contactually sales? Or be really direct. We don't want to reinvent the wheel. You guys have already figured out how to get 15,000 or 80,000 users. What did you guys use? Show us what you're doing, and then we want to put a TF spin on it.
Did you say 15 to 80,000?
I know, because
okay.
They're doing a bunch of enterprise sales, so it's
substantial.
They are growing exponentially from last year.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Okay.
So are we sure? I don't want to go and I just need to let go and grab other stuff and keep focused on one thing. Are we sure that we want to go out and sell a CRM? That's what it is. That we want to sell.
I think we're sure that is the most stickiest object.
That's what we should try for the next 120 days.
We should sell the TF CRM.
Yes.
Not just I'm sorry.
I'm playing. I'm sorry.
I'm drunk.
That's terrific.
Very international.
I'm tired now. I already went to tired.
That was quick.
Yeah. Tom.
Yes.
Can I
explain?
I think you're now our UX person. Welcome.
I'm actually
we have an orange chair for
applying David for the job.
We have an orange chair for you.
Can I do everything with a black marker in dry erase board?
Sure. Why not?
Because if I can, then I'm in. So
you'd be missing a few requirements on that layout, but
clearly.
Sure. Step
Clearly.
one.
Yes.
Where's the home button?
Well, okay.
No longer exists.
Why do I not see a logo?
Yeah, I know, exactly. Well, let me just give you the genesis of this. So, last November-ish, Cindy, Steve, and I were in an email exchange about highest and best use of my time. And I said, to me, the single most important thing I need to do as the CEO of the company is to create a standardization amongst our core products of Core and Elite, such that 70% of what a coach does is what we know works,
yes.
and 30% is their own flair and fucking bullshit of the month. But the 70% core will drive enough results for people that want to work that we've created standardization both with that client, and then when they switch coaches, they pick up with the same experience, right? So I already knew what the answer was, but I thought I'd play a game with the coaches and say, what do you guys believe is the most important coach-client disciplines to achieve success? And this should probably come as a surprise to all of you. Creating and holding them accountable to the execution of their business plan. So currently we have 1,000 plus clients that don't even have a goal right now. We're a coaching company, we have 1,000 clients that don't have a goal. There's no plan. Now I'm sure they have a goal, but we don't know that. So I'm going to assume we don't. So that's number one. And I don't know, 65 people said yes. Number two is tracking and measuring their numbers, right? Number 3 is adding systems to stabilize their business and allow it to grow. And then it gets really hoobly-jubbly. Meet them where they are, love them for what they are, like some of that shit. And then finally, the one that I really wanted to hear, which is get them more fucking clients. Because that's what we do. So that one did at least make the top 6. So,
Did you say fucking?
I did not.
No, it wasn't.
yes.
I got it on recording though.
Good, perfect. So here's what I'd like to see, and what I'd like to propose with you guys is a system will produce what a system will produce, nothing more, nothing less. If the way the hub is designed today is a system, what it's currently producing is not getting us the results. So how do we redesign the hub?
To clarify which results.
Ready?
Yeah.
Holding them accountable, creating and holding them accountable to their business plan,
Okay.
right? Tracking and measuring their numbers,
Yep.
okay? Adding systems to stabilize their business growth,
Okay. Got it.
right?
The list.
Getting them more clients,
Okay.
right? And then everything else, coach, have at it. So I am no, as you can tell, artist or UI UX expert, but what I do know is, as a coach, the 4 fundamental things that I need to do are not in the forefront of the current design of the hub. So I would propose that we redesign the front of the hub that the client sees and the coach sees. And maybe they'll be a little bit, they're kind of different, right, when I toggle back and forth. But the coach needs to be seeing, like, what I'm looking at here. Here's your business plan and your day results, week, month to date, year over year, as much data as we have. They need to be looking at what are the wins that the client's experienced, and the client needs to be seeing the same thing.
What
right?
are those wins?
So,
And where are those wins coming from?
So, glad you asked. It's going to be manually created by both the coach and the client, and they both see the same exact thing on the front of their site. So
They're just typing wins in.
correct. So think Pavlov's dog. That's all we're doing. Ring the bell, you love coaching. Ring the bell, you love coaching. Ring the bell, I am valuable.
This is your idea that you spin it up again at the course of a year to be say, look at everything you've accomplished.
What you've done 100.
Yeah, when they're getting ready to renew,
Right.
send them their wins.
Right, exactly, right?
Yeah.
So that being one, the other one, and I was in this conversation with Cindy this morning, David, is that bottom right, very ugly looking box. Look, we are all business people inside this room, right, with various levels of intra and entrepreneurial experience. What we know is there is a core set of principles that have to be in place, a core set of systems that has to be in place to keep a business stable and then allow it to scale and grow. And right now, we teach it, but it is not codified in a way or synthesized from all these different sources to be able to say, David, there's 10 systems that have to be in place. Your past client centered influence follow-up campaign, your lead follow-up campaign, your, like, everything there. And the coach's job and the client's job is basically to complete every one of those projects, right? So now when I sign up for coaching, David, you say you're unorganized, which is what they all say. You say that you're inconsistent, which is what they all say. They aspire for more, listening, more sales, more money, better family life, but these are the problems that they face. I want some way to track and measure, did they produce each one of these, right? Were they able to complete each one of these? And I did it as a very simple, I don't want to drop down, but like I want it to be visual right in front of them. So they're saying, yep, you're right, I still have not hired my assistant. Yes, you're right, I still do not have a lead follow-up drip mail system. Yes, you're right, I still don't have.
So
And David,
the task does.
exactly, but we create it and then there's room for them to add.
So we just pre-create tasks.
Exactly. Task to complete systems, but yes, tasks, right? Another one that is a more better visual of their goal versus actual, that needs to be just staring at people's faces, and their CRM or their prospecting numbers need to be like visually beautiful in your face. David, you made no contact. Well, no, well, you didn't add anything in, so you made no contacts. So until I get you to start adding in or using the advanced numbers tracker ant.
Or just the BTR, because they're not using the basic one right now.
Right, exactly. So, but the new interface is it'll be on their phone.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to do is we're trying to change behaviors.
Right.
Fundamentally. So right now the way it's set up.
What's the so pushing and pulling, right?
Yeah.
So what's to hold the coaches accountable to make sure they're using this and asking them, like, is the coach dinged if the data's not there? Because we actually were talking about earlier, we built workarounds when the clients didn't put in their numbers.
Yeah.
To make the coaches do manual.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the coaches send out their own Google Forms because they all want to run a different system. And you don't enforce it. You don't enforce.
I'm just saying, like,
coaches or clients.
we need to attack it from both sides.
I agree. I agree. The outliers, because the client is not on Contactually, which we have, from the last time I saw, about 64% of people that have Contactually. I don't know what the user
created
daily
an account,
active,
which is a much higher number because most people are going to create it just to even check it out.
Yeah, I was actually in that data today. The number.
We've been talking about going back and sending notifications as far as we're going to deactivate your Contactually account if you're not using it.
The last login data. It should not be the same as the connection data. Because the last login data for some of these people is 2013.
Yeah.
Because they're synced to a previous account.
But ultimately, whether you're using Contactually or you're just tracking the manual inside the hub, like, you either
so
have
here's the
data or
thing.
you don't.
It is a responsibility of a business coach to track and measure one's results. So we can get into a different conversation with Steven and Rebecca and that group. But with this group, the first thing is a system will produce what a system will produce, nothing more, nothing less. The current way that it is designed isn't set up for a coach to be effective and a client to be effective with the four most important elements, adding a fifth wins of what I should be doing in a coaching experience. That is a bad representation, but the four are creating and holding them accountable to their business plan, tracking and measuring your numbers, stabilizing your business through adding in the appropriate systems, and getting new business, aka prospecting, marketing, etc. And then wins are just Pavlov's dog, and just playing into human behavior. So how do we do that?
This is so much that Jake's making just now.
No.
It's like this.
The way that I present this a lot is we are trying to do tends to be very different than when you're making lots of other types of software, because you typically make software that people want to use, that is the easiest for them to use. And everything you described is making software that makes people do things that they don't want to do. And we are not great with finding a way to enforce that. From a Hub Pro perspective, it's basically impossible. Because without a coach holding you to any of this, none of those things are applicable because no one's ever going to do it.
I'm only talking about
Yeah, for sure.
But
And with our coaching clients, we are doing absolutely nothing to enforce coaches to enforce their clients to utilize those pieces.
I agree. Step one was build it.
Yeah.
Simultaneously get them on video, pull that off.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Right?
For sure.
Next one was like, let's add the CRM.
We've made we've made huge steps.
Yeah. So I'm not comfortable yet, David, with the way the Hub, my own personal experience with the Hub, even though I use it every time and I use it with every client, right? The way it's designed doesn't match what I'm trying to accomplish with the client.
Yeah.
I gotta search around to find it versus, yes, to your point, forcing them to do the shit they don't want to do, which is the most important stuff in business, making that front and center.
Yeah.
I agree. So I'll get to the enforcement side. To me, when we're closer along the line, now that we're nearly a year, come February.
Yeah. End
Right.
of February. Yeah. Pretty much.
Is that design specific to, let's just say, you and you and you or me? applicable for everybody? Is it the same?
The
Or does it
dashboard?
need the dashboard, or does it need to be customized? Because you have a different style than I, than him.
It has to be standardized.
Yeah, it
has
needs to be the
for
same. Hey,
everyone.
Tom, we're in the middle of surveying everyone.
Yeah, I saw the email. so-
You're on point. The people don't understand the dashboard. That's literally what it says. Yeah, yeah. So yes, you're on point. We do now, because David's recent hirings have better people to be able.
They're not going to solve that problem though, because we still don't know. They have no way of knowing what the coach is actually supposed to see. And they can ask the coaches all they want, but they're going to get exactly what we've gotten throughout this entire process,
Yeah.
which is 100 different answers.
And that's what you and I were speaking to
Okay.
this morning when we
So-
asked the question.
We need to say, this
so-
is what our coaching process is, here's the things that we need to see.
Then let me help be a part of that.
We
And then-
want you to,
Okay.
but in a practical application, that tends to not work because it does require a lot of back and forth, a lot of questions,
Yeah.
a lot of being involved in the process.
Okay, David, how many seminars am I doing this year? Right, Summit, Elite.
You're still going to be very busy.
This is the number one priority for me right
Okay, awesome.
Okay.
Standardization
Awesome.
is like, I just, with Cindy on another project, just with John this morning.
Yep.
5, 6, 7 weeks out, like meeting,
Yep.
meeting, like, I'm in. It can't be every Tuesday at 3 o'clock, but it can be Monday and then the following Thursday and, you know,
Okay.
but
Yeah.
I'm in for whatever the appropriate cadence is.
Okay. Works. Yeah, I mean, all the building blocks are there. The clay is there.
The pieces are there.
It's there. It's ready to be molded.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk to what you were speaking to this morning when we were talking about the timeline, right? And taking someone linear to kind of.
Will you do it? You did it, but you wrote it. I said it, you wrote it, you did it better.
Right. So you referenced, if you were to write a book, $0 to $10 million, right?
Building a business from 0 to 10.
Yeah, to 10 million. You're gonna have these milestones along the way that you can't hit, right? And you want the hub to have all of these. So the coach has a path that they have to take a client through, right? And maybe, with an assessment or something to that effect, you know that this person is starting here, right? Because all of these are completed,
Yeah.
right? And then they have to go through here. What I was talking about is when we have tried to do this, there's all these exceptions. Well, this isn't applicable, so I need another road for this person. Or this one, no, they're in luxury. This isn't applicable. They need this one. But what you're saying is you can get it boilerplate enough that it'll be applicable for everyone. And if you say it versus the CAC saying it, it would work. And you want the hub to facilitate this.
Correct.
That's what you said, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I said all kinds of other stuff. You did it better, so yes.
It's fine. I've been thinking about it all day. So, this is a roadmap meeting. This would take resources, right? And the prioritization of this affects other choices, right? But we can't make any decisions because we don't know what the hell this is. Is it just a list with checkbox, and then this is what the coach talks to, right? And we probably need to understand what coaching services is telling the coaches to do that's close to this, because there's the 4 core, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And leaving it, so maybe it isn't the 4 core, John.
Yeah.
So the point was, like, David, imagine, vanilla phrases to describe the building blocks of any good business.
Mm-hmm.
So someone in the high end in Manhattan is not going to say, well, it doesn't relate to me because I'm vertical living versus, right? Well, do you need a follow-up campaign? Yes.
Yeah.
See what I mean? I just need a luxury one. Like,
That's
they're
sweeping.
great. Let's make sure the luxury
Exception.
one check is complete.
Sweeping.
So John's describing it perfectly, and there will be the outlier and the adjustments and that stuff, which we can, build together. But my mission is to articulate, and I hope it's not that many lines, what are those 7, 10, 15 things that have got to be in place in vanilla enough language that everybody understands, yes, I need that, I have it, I don't. Now the question is, once we decide that, John, which I think is actually going to be, it'll be a process to streamline it and really make sure you're not going too granular, but you really get it high level, it makes sense. And the next question is then how do you know that just because they clicked yes?
For coaching clients, I almost
Self-completion of anything versus an actual
I
automated measurement.
I almost didn't think
They
that
didn't take a test,
they
they didn't-
could. I think the coach had to say it for them.
Well, let's build that. It's the same. How does RealTrends do the validation? They have to submit some data, some proof
Yeah,
of
submit
whatever.
data. Yep.
Something like that might be to prove that they start right there
Yeah.
or right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of it,
To be validated by the coach.
Right.
Yeah, I think you're
Part
right.
of
Whoever
the-
said coach validation, that's probably the answer. That yes, I concur. I now see both the behavior and the systems in place. This is working. Check.
It doesn't seem super dev heavy. It's just
No.
content heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we can repackage everything.
Right.
As long as we're not missing any building blocks, any core components
Yeah.
in there, we can repackage the whole thing if we have someone guiding it.
You know where we have this? Kind of.
Oh,
is-
breakthrough by design.
Uh-huh. We do.
Breakthrough by design is amazing.
Hilarious.
Well, there's.
I'm sorry.
No, but it's like the
We had a
core
meeting
found-
about breakthrough by design today.
Is that a joke? Okay, good. But no, I'm thinking of like
Poker face.
this is what it looks like when you're an individual agent. These are the systems you got into place. This is what you look like when you have an assistant, and this is all the things your assistant does for you. Well, those are all the building blocks. And then when you add a salesperson, these are the new building blocks. So it would go in layers based upon, you could just complete the first one and probably sell 18, 20 homes a year on your own.
The other part of this that I mentioned is just any way we can say that our coaching is set up to support you over many years, right?
God, yeah.
And to take them.
Of course you
out.
could.
So technically, if this is mapped out, this is actually the
Treasure.
perfect marketing piece.
Yeah.
Because you need a coach
Yeah.
to make it happen. So
Yeah.
this is the
I mean-
what, and we show you the how, right?
I would love to go back through and redesign and realign all of our tools to match up with our coaching programs, get that standardized with the coaches and get them delivered. And talk over and over, there's coaches that send out forms before a coaching call and Google Forms, and then they take that and they use it on each call. Is that something that we want to be a part of that process?
Oh, yeah.
Because there's a huge disconnect between our coaching process and the system that they use.
Yep.
There's all these different ways the coaches are using our existing systems.
Yep.
We need to standardize one.
Yeah.
All of that is geared towards coaching clients. How much are we willing to dedicate towards that versus any other work that takes place for hub non-coaching clients?
So without asking Cindy this question, my answer would be, fuck Hub Pro, make the core business great.
Okay.
I mean, to work our faces off for $1.7 million in revenue versus the $1.7 million we get for the first 10 days of the month, right? Every month.
You're right.
For our core product, it's a no-brainer. And we'll find some things along the way that make it even better and
Yeah.
gives us time to
Trickle down.
research a better sales process and
Yeah, I mean, reapproaching everything that we've done, we can definitely make
How-
significant improvements.
How many hours a week for how many weeks? Can you?
And also in doing so, how does that align with how we typically set deadlines and releases, which is Team Plus, Elite Plus, Summit?
I'm the wrong guy to ask that because I'll say, need some cool stuff here, need some cool
You
stuff
know.
here, need some cool stuff
You
here.
didn't talk about anything cool, man.
None of that's cool. None of that is
Okay,
cool.
well, hey, we're always trying to think of how
a
can we.
redesign of the program based on all of your feedback actually is cool. Go right now on your phone and look at what it looks like now. Look,
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Whatever I say is cool will be.
I
slightly
like
cool.
that. I like that answer.
Right?
Tom will make it cool.
Yeah.
It's cool
We
because
listened
Tom
to
says
your
so.
feedback. Don't you remember the survey we asked you? Do you like the? I was like, why is your thing going dee 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 dee? Now I got
I
it.
play with this thing so much.
Yeah. All right. So, hey Ruby, could you come here? Do you know who someone named Nye is? Does that name ring a bell? NYE? Do they work for us?
No, it's New Year's Eve.
Usually, yeah, that's what I was thinking.
No.
Holy
I
cow.
know. Yeah.
Is it Bill?
Seriously?
Bill? Could it be? Bill.
Right,
That
she
good
was
old
promised
Bill.
a complimentary coaching call with you when she signed up for
Oh,
coaching.
okay, cool.
That's what that is.
By
So-
who?
Probably by me. Which is why I'm not doing
He
seminars
ta-
anymore
He
and
says
selling
that
coaching.
on this.
Okay, see this meeting here called Coaching Experience?
Mm-hmm.
Is that the same meeting or is that a different meeting?
It's different meeting.
Okay. All right.
That's the coach's side, right? We're talking about pushing and
No,
pulling.
this is Change the Hub. No, this is the same thing.
It's not.
It's not the
It's not
same.
the same thing.
All right, well, do me a favor, since to me it's the same exact thing. Just do a back-to-back. Every
Perfect.
time you see this coaching experience meeting, just make my next meeting either, the same day or the next day. And I've gone like 6 weeks out, and I'll probably need to go farther, but I just didn't want to do that while I was sitting here in the meeting.
And then the next meeting is called Coaching in the Hub. How's that?
Yeah.
Okay, so back
So
to
one
back.
is coaching, yeah, exactly.
6 weeks out, okay.
Please. With this crew, or are more people invited, less people?
I don't think you need Joe and Patrick every time.
Yeah, I don't
No.
think Joe.
Yeah,
Patrick
no,
wants to be
exactly.
Though Patrick, I think, is very probably interested
I'm interested
in the roadmap.
In
In the
roadmap,
map.
yeah.
The treasure map, I'm sorry.
Yeah, please.
What's that?
So I'm
Please,
calling
if I-
it
if I
the
can be-
Coaching Hub redo meeting, because I'm not that creative.
Do you know Rod Egdorf?
Perfect person to lead the
Do I know
creative
Rod
design.
Egdorf?
Yeah.
I've known him forever, yeah.
Okay, good.
Why?
He reached out. He mentioned he talked to you, but you were not copied, so I'm just suspicious.
Ice
All right.
cream? Ice cream?
Yeah, that is funny.
Yes. That's one thing I remember.
Yeah, no, he's hysterical.
You're
So Rod, get this. I've known him for, 15, 18 years. He launched OnStar. No, prior to that, he was the youngest CEO ever of
Running
a
out.
cellular company. And I forget which one it was, but it's funny, my next door neighbor and him worked together, but because my next door neighbor was the same exact thing, they became Verizon, I forget which one it was. Then he launched OnStar, then he got called by the CEO of Disney, and he launched the Disney phone, the ESPN phone, both of which were absolute disasters. And then he came to work for me after his dad died as a reprieve, and I think now, like, he just tells people that he's a dog groomer. Something like that. Very, very cool.
He's talking about a shoppable video. Regardless, no, he reached out and said he
Yeah.
talked to you. And I mean, I get these emails all day.
Yeah.
People, hey, I just texted with Tom. Seriously?
Hold on.
You kind of maintain 300 conversations via text at once.
That is true. That's true. Is that a problem?
It's not a problem.
No, schizophrenia is fun sometimes.
All right.
A big piece of feedback that I got from the Team Plus retreat was we
No,
had
at my office.
several coaches and clients that said, we love the hub.
Oh, you're the best. Give her a big kiss
We
and say it's for
would
me.
rather improve upon what we have
All right, bye.
than have new things.
Totally.
That tracks with the survey data I have so far too.
We like it. We
Yeah.
use this grade. This we don't use that much.
Yep.
But we don't want something new. We want that. We just want it
More stable.
this.
Yeah.
We would love the opportunity to take 6 to 12 months and just really improve upon every single thing that's
Yeah.
there.
How about like 7 months and then we announce it all at the summit? Come on, you know what I'm not
Yeah.
trying to destroy timelines. I'm trying
We
to
can't.
be.
Yeah. No. I mean, if
Hey,
we-
you can announce things that go live
I'm okay
in a
with
month.
I'm okay with
I know.
destroying
Yeah.
timelines as long as we're actually destroying other things. You know what I mean? If we put a line in the sand right now and said, "Here's what we want for Summit. Forget everything else that's coming along the way. This
Yeah.
is where we want to be. Everything else gets brushed off. We're going to focus on these things." Then absolutely.
Okay.
The only core components that I feel we still don't have to accomplish a lot of these big requests that come in all the time as far as interoperability are community-driven messaging, whether that's a forum, discussion board type of piece, and a learning management system. And learning management system we're finishing up on.
Yeah.
So if we added in that community-type forum, I feel like we would have the systems in place finally to do lots of what we've talked about, rather than move forward and continue to add other things in.
Okay.
But that's really the only piece I feel like we're missing.
So I've not seen any of the research that your survey results.
We're working on it, yeah.
If somebody could send me some of that.
Once
like-
it's complete, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't close for another 2 weeks, but we'll definitely send that to
Just-
you.
Yeah, keep me in the loop. But also
100%.
from the Team Plus meeting, like I got the same thing, and even when I asked the coaches, what else do you guys want? They're like, just perfect the hub.
Yeah, and that typically means better, not more.
Yeah, yeah. None of this is more, minus the wins. But the wins was always on the original roadmap. I don't know how we lost it
Hey.
along the way, but
Yeah,
it's all right.
no. It's still better. It's not more because projects, wins, they're all checklists.
The
They're all
projects-
task
It's all stuff that
management.
we're talking about anyway.
It's just one of the
maybe
least
retooling them or
features on that.
relabeling or
That you're
repositioning.
doing
It's
that.
just
Like,
it's making
it's
it
marketing.
top
It's
of
hard to
mind.
find.
Right?
Yeah.
The entry point is, I think, the biggest shift.
I have some ideas on that, but
Where you enter into coaching, whether you're here or here.
I'm gonna do our 3
You have different tasks and different
Right.
systems to have in place that are 100% spot on and functional if you're here or if you're here, right?
Except for it isn't a systems point that does that. You're never going to know those things from a systems standpoint. You're not going to be able to adjust your systems based
But
on
aren't you not mapping them out here?
Those things need to be
I thought
set
you
by the
said mumble.
coach.
No, please say mumble.
A coach
Mobile
needs to take this
improvements
system and say,
and-
you're here.
Yep, improvements
Okay,
on the
we're
bottom.
going to work on these
Data
projects.
entry
We're
versus
going
data
to do
harvesting.
this.
Yeah.
No different from a manager dealing with their team. The mission is there. Now let's communicate once a week and see how you're doing with your progress. Okay. So Ruby will get all the meetings set. What do you got there, John?
Well, I was gonna tell you what our roadmap was.
Okay, good. Oh,
It was really just mobile, which you're aware of it, because we know we need mobile to get better adoption and to be able to get push notifications, which gets us better adoption. Tom? It's trying to get, instead of doing data entry data harvesting
Yeah.
with integrations. And we'll get into this, we can get into this more now with you. And then improvements on the current features, minimizing really the additional ones. But that was our current plan.
my glasses back on.
Yeah. Well, I just set it to write and talk at the same time.
Fuck. Hold on.
Yeah.
Hey Siri, call Stephen Lau mobile.
Calling Stephen Law, mobile.
I know, whatever.
That's kind of a fun name. Law.
Steve Belmont. I'm like, call Steve Belmonte. There's no Steve Belmonte. Would you like to call Stephen Belmont?
say Christ, that's me.
Sure.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it makes sense. Or spell her name wrong.
Hello? Hey, Don?
Hey, I've not spoken to Vonda yet. Hey, buddy. I've not spoken to Vonda yet. If you have any communication with her today, but I'm calling her once I get in the car. My thoughts are she's either going to be compliant or she's going to be on her own.
So what does all that mean for the current Hub Pro?
So you have not had any
repackaging?
conversation with her today. That's what I needed to know.
You can repackage it and try your best to sell it, but we're not going to work on anything to improve
Okay.
it.
Okay.
Great.
Perfect. All right, man. Hey, go ahead.
But we'll talk.
Yeah, we'll talk. It's not. It's fun. There are things that we can do for sure.
What's that?
He's calling Stephen Lau.
Stephen Law.
For what?
Vonda Martin.
Oh, Rhonda.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're done.
Good.
Yeah.
going on right now. He's talking.
100% on the same page, man.
Maybe he's got a Stephen Hawking chair.
We can hear Stephen.
Yeah, I hear you.
I'm going to pause.
Right? I see 4
You see 405.
Error? You mean write error?
I see year over year. I don't know what you guys are doing.
Error not found.
Yeah, right.
To me, it looks like joy
Wow.
from here.
It is joy. It's year over year. Yeah.
Only if it's going up.
Yeah. Exactly. Okay.
Okay.
Sorry, I got lost there. Mobile, absolutely yes.
Yes.
Push notification.
Entry versus data harvesting.
Yeah.
Improvements. Data entry
It
versus
was-
data. I mean, I understand all those words.
Yeah, we're just trying to look at any way we can to make it easier to get the data points than having someone have to mobilely. And that's mostly through, will have to come through integrations.
Yeah. Do we have any update? Cindy, Terradatum, David, any meetings with those guys?
No.
On our part, their part, all the above, no more than no. I emailed the guy over the holidays. Hey man, what the fuck? Like,
Yeah, he said he wanted to have a call.
Right. So there's a grant from WolfNet.
okay.
Yeah, we'll follow up.
What kind of companies are there?
These are companies that can give us MLS data feeds.
Yeah.
Or
Okay.
somehow.
In theory.
Yeah. I think they're just arbitraging their own pipes.
I mean integrations with other CRMs, integration with
Oh.
financial software,
Okay.
Integrations.
Where are we at with like Boomtown and?
But also an understanding of what that means.
Yeah.
Because you keep looking at these integrations, like it's going, oh, I know, I don't have to put information in anymore. Or
Yeah.
my information's at 100% and I'm running my business out of there. And very rarely is that the case.
That's the dream.
You're getting, I mean, that could be the dream,
Yeah.
but it's a pipe dream. It's going to be rough estimates of pieces, and acknowledging why that is so is because it's there to be coached off of, not to run the details of your business. If we don't run the details of your business, we're just going to keep hitting.
Yeah.
How does that hit you? Because I thought your dream was to run your business out of it.
I do. But again, the knowing what I know now, how fucking hard it is to get accurate data inside the hub. Either we have to figure out a super slick. The API feed I know is the easy part, but it's the once you get the data, having it show up in a way that is efficient for people to review and discuss and look at.
Meaningful.
Right? So we don't care what CRM you use. We just need using something so we can look at it.
Right. And do less native data tracking and more just integration display.
Exactly.
Har-
Really like to work on an actual SDK for integrations.
It's SDK.
So we're not manually building each one of these out, putting together a package that these companies can use in order to build their own integrations because they want to be in the hub.
Okay.
Because they want their systems to be recommended, they want their data to be front and center.
Stands for Software Developer Kit.
Cool. Right. Yeah. Cool.
It's like a CRM.
I just can't have a banking meeting and they use all they do is talking acronyms. I'm just like, okay, hold on. What does that mean? Tell me more. All right. Okay, so I agree, but I think I flip-flopped and put improvements at the top.
I think you did.
But the good news is I'm not off basis because it sounds like it's all the clients are talking this is.
Yeah, and improvements. You don't want to build something in mobile and then build it again.
Agree.
Okay, so we're starting.
Okay, you guys are really smart at timeline project management. I'm horrible at that stuff. I'm good at the content and what I think should be inside there.
Yeah, we'll add a project manager to this.
Okay. But don't have me
We have
in
a product
meetings-
manager and a project manager.
Yeah. Don't have me in meetings that are like trying to discuss what and when and how and the best and
So,
that.
do you think there's anything we can send Tom to get some thoughts at
If you send
beforehand?
me survey data, even early survey, or what you got from Team Plus, which I don't know if I ever got a copy of however you were documenting all of their feedback. Okay, if I can get that again, that'd be.
So you're going to take that and then you're going to prioritize it, interpret it.
I'm gonna try and interpret it first, and
Right.
then I'm sure it'll spawn on some kind of. I mean, I've been writing on this since November, right? So
Okay.
I'm being mindful not to just start throwing out content ideas at you guys.
Sure.
Directions of what those dashes are.
Sure.
We need an overall list of what functions you want coaches to be performing with clients. Pre-call, during call, throughout the course of their contract. And we need to match that up with functions inside the system to make sure that it's available to them. And then we need to go through the system piece by piece and decide on modifications and upgrades in order to align it with that coaching process. There's a huge disconnect between systems and coaching process. And we need someone to draw those together.
This gave me a really good idea.
Because I just know in the
Gotta ask
past
first.
it's talk to the coaches about this. Coaches have no idea. We need you to say what the coaches should be doing and what they need at their disposal to do it.
Oh, if he, okay.
I don't know if you guys know what's going on, but Bill Pipes and 7 of our clients were going up to
Aconcagua.
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 It's called. And I just got it. So they summited today. So of the 8 guys, 2 were medevaced out 2 days ago.
By helicopter?
Uh-huh.
Because of exhaustion, frostbite?
2 of our clients. One was coughing up blood, and the other one was so sick he didn't know what to do with himself. So they said, you guys have to go.
Right.
Then they were stuck in a snowstorm for basically 3 days. So when it finally cleared, they took 2 guys out, waited 1 more day, and tried to do the ascent, which was basically today. And the note is they made it to the summit. Only 2 guys actually made it. They're still trying to get back to camp in the dark. So they got all the way to the top, and now they're trying to make their way back down. Somebody's obviously relaying in from a sat phone, and Bill Pipes did not make it past 21,000 feet, so he didn't even make it to the summit. And he's the one that fucking rallied everybody to go. Yeah, I'm just happy he's not dead. Yeah.
Hey, his goal was to have some stories to tell.
He is gonna have some fucking stories to tell. This is my fault. Believe me, his wife's like, you fucking did this. I'm like, well, maybe he should read more or something, because all of his stories were from 11 years ago. Shane Roxbury,
he didn't
Roxbury
make
and Eric.
21,000. What's the
I
summit?
think the summit was like,
24, huh?
I think it was higher than that, but yeah, still, whatever it was not 21,000. He got stuck at, Bill didn't make it past 21,000.
Because? Was it because? Just didn't make it.
It's
Yeah.
22,841 feet.
Whoa.
Wow. That sucks.
But again, you're talking about.
What are you guys talking about? 21,000 feet is effing high.
No. Like,
Yeah, like-
you got oxygen issues.
Right.
You got, I mean, the only other highest peak is the Himalayas, whatever that one is.
Everest.
Yeah. So.
Nepal. Yeah.
Yeah. And that was on his list, and I think he's going to take it off now. I think he might take up like jogging. Yeah.
Strolls on
You
the
gotta run.
beach.
Exactly.
Getting there.
Right. Me too.
Push-ups and strolls on the beach.
All right. So Tom, we have that on the list. I can work with Ruby to make sure we have the right people on there.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm excited that you're excited, and we're gonna solve some problems.
Good. Me too. All right.